What up, pigs? It's us. We back. We're a little bit late. We're about 5 minutes late, but we had to like do that old man thing, get a little restroom break and all that right before we got started. So here we are again, man. What's been going on, Mike?
Hey man, not a whole lot, man. Just trying to maintain, do our thing, man. Do our
Yeah,
thing. You know how we do it. But we back,
yeah,
we back in action. Sometimes
yeah,
we may miss a Sunday here and there, but you know, uh, just like we talk about, we want to be consistent. We want
yeah.
to
That's
be
it.
consistent.
Yeah.
But
The key to
start
consistency is consistency.
starting with
Yeah,
that, Rob, I've been looking at a lot of things that you've been putting out, man. I know you got some new things out there. You got this fabulous app. I want to go into that a
yeah.
little bit, man, and I want you to kind of tell people what it's about, why you started it, and how it can help.
Yeah, man. First I want to give glory to God, man. All this stuff this stuff came to me for a reason. So I got to give all the glory to him, of connecting me with the right people to get this all taken care of. So now I'm just the instrument that's going to try to go out there and make it work and do what he want me to do to be able to help people give back and do little things like that. But I'm excited about it. It's been something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. Because of my schedule in general, we only got so many hours in a day to assist people. But when you can come up with a platform that people can actually go on and purchase it and be able to utilize it, it's a lot cheaper than having to be at a gym with a trainer. You know what I mean? It just give people who can't afford that one-on-one training to actually have some online one-on-one training with unbelievable amount of information that we put into this video that will simplify everything for people who don't really understand it at all. That's a lot of free stuff on it. You can see right there across our banner right now, it's fit.robertjohnsontraining.com, fit.robertjohnsontraining.com. And if you go onto that app, there's so many free things that I'm giving away on it. So, and that's the most important thing to me is that go ahead and grab those free things. And hopefully you can kind of learn on the basics of eating and the basics of why your nutrition is so important, rest periods and all those different things that Mike and I have been talking about here for a while. But now we finally got something that you can actually go and look at over and over and over. And we all know by looking at something over and over and over again, you kind of start to get the drift of what's actually going on. And that's how that app is put together. It's amazing. It has 120 videos of me myself, actually personal training. And I'm doing the exercises and kind of telling you why we're doing them, how you're doing them, wrongs and wrong and rights of how to do things. And the video is set up as when you see it, it's going to be more like in a gym. But what I want you to understand is that even if you got dumbbells or some type of little stuff at home that you can utilize, there's a whole category of videos with dumbbell movements. So you can just go in and click on the ones that you know that you can do at home with your own personal equipment, and it will pretty much guide you right through. It's just like having me as your trainer. That's kind of what it's like. I'm
Yeah,
there with you.
from what
Yeah,
I've
go ahead.
saw, what I've seen from it, Rob, it's like, man, it's like having you at my house right here. So if I
Yeah,
got my equipment, I click on and you have, man, a whole bunch of different
yeah.
exercises and movements, and you're doing them the
And
right
I'm
way
doing
and
them.
showing people how not to do them the wrong way is
Yeah,
something that I think people really need to kind of look at, man, because it doesn't come like that often, especially for somebody with your experience and your knowledge and your background and the
yeah.
free stuff. Because I know all you got to do is just hit your website and you got free stuff right there and an email.
Yeah.
Am I right? Also,
Yeah, yeah. You can email me and ask questions. I respond to you. If not me, one of my people will respond to you and give you all of the information that's needed to allow you to move forward. But what's really nice about this app is that, like any other thing, you can span it onto your TV. You pick the workout program that you want, and then you can just kind of work out with it. And that way you don't have to keep looking at your phone, keep looking at your phone. Just to choose the exercises that you want, choose the workout plan that you want, and it'll show me doing those exercises. So you can kind of move through it by pausing it, do your exercise, turn it back on, do it again, and you have your own big screen TV with me right there in the room with you. So like I said, the best thing about this whole setup is that it explains things to detail to where you're not confused. It's one step after the next step, and why you're doing it, how you're doing it. I'm being redundant on that, but that's really important for you to understand that that's what this whole program was put together for people who cannot afford, a personal trainer that's going to charge you anywhere from $700 to $800 a month, and you're trying to find another way to do it because you can't afford that. Now, of course, it's always want you to have that feeling that go in and have that one-on-one with a person in person, if that's what you can do. But if not, this right here is going to allow you to do it for $30. So I don't know where you're going to find a trainer for $30, but I'm giving all of this right now for $30. Of course, that won't last, but it's where it is right now. And it gives you that chance to grab it all, get all the information that's needed. You get some one-on-one time with me through that $30. You can text me. We can have a Zoom call together, and I can kind of give you insight on what's happening in case you're confused about something. Also, there's a meal plan in there set for you. And if, I can customize one for you, whatever you want, all that's there. It's just you decide on what you want from the app itself.
So basically, we've been having people asking us, because they've had anxieties about going to the gym and stuff like that, or people that's, they just don't like going to the gym or being around people. But if you have the equipment at home, here's something, man, that can help you get into your, reach your fitness goals and start making gains and doing things and having somebody that's going to hold you accountable. That app, man, I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of different parts of it, and hey, I'm excited for you, man, because I think it's something that, like I said, somebody with your personality, your experience, your know-how, and how to do things, I think people can really benefit from this. So all you people that have been making those excuses, y'all better go to fit.robertjohnsontraining.com. Hit that app, man. I'm telling you, man, that's the best thing out there right now. And it ain't just because he's my brother. I'm just saying because, hey, I haven't seen many apps like that out there, and it's not costing you a whole bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you right now, I'm not selling it for him, but I am, because I think it's worth your time, worth your money, especially if you're at home. If you're at home and you got equipment and you can follow along right there, hey, you're gonna benefit. Definitely.
and even if you want to go to the gym with it, it's right there on your phone. It's not like it's some big old deal that you got to carry different things around. It's right there, like we look at our phones anyway. So you can just look and go, okay, today I want to do chest, and it's going to show you 4 different exercises to 5 different exercises that you can do for chest. And then you say, okay, I want to do arms down. Same thing. So it's easy guidance. I consider it your GPS system, as we spoke about on many times on this show. It's your GPS system. When you walk into the gym, you don't have to think about it. It's all right there in your hand. And then you're able to go in and get your workout in, 30, 40 minutes, you're in and out the gym, and you can kind of move on. So,
So when you go to the gym, you know what you're doing. You got something, you're not bouncing around from machine to machine. You're like, hey, you got a plan, and you're following the Robert Johnson in the gym.
Yeah.
Can't get no better than that.
You can't fail. So, but anyways, people, go on in there. Like I said, even if you don't get the $30 package and get all of the information that is so much for $30, go in there and get the free stuff. And at least you can kind of read up on some things and figure out exactly where you're at, because the more you read, the more you know, then you understand exactly why you're doing these things. And that was my ultimate goal, is to put stuff out there that people can just go grab, look at, understand it, and kind of go, now I know why I'm doing it, instead of just kind of sitting around Googling everything, because I know there's a lot of Google doctors out there. I've looked at them before myself, but like I said, everybody out there has got something different to say about everything, but you got to find something that wraps yourself around one cocoon so you can move forward. And me being a trainer for all this time now, I just put all of that knowledge into that. I've seen it work. I know it worked. It works for me, and it works for my clients. So the stuff that you're getting will be something that I would do if you came and paid me my hourly rate in person. You're getting this here, same exact stuff that I would do for you if you was with me one-on-one. You now got it on the computer. You got it on your app. So go out there and get it, people. I'm telling you, I don't know how long that 30 is going to last, but you know how it is. Everything starts out just to kind of get your attention, but you can be those ones who grandfather clause in with the $30 and everybody else paying, double that or more. So make that decision. Absolutely.
Excellent, man. I'm happy for you, brother.
Yeah, man.
I love it. I love it. Well, we got a question, man. And I think, man, this is something that may benefit a lot of people. So we had a young man, he's in his mid-30s. He
Yeah.
said he's been working out for a few years and he wants to enter a bodybuilding contest. And he said, he needs a coach, but he says, how would he go about getting the right coach? What should he look for in a coach? And because he hasn't competed, and plus he said he's natural and wants to stay natural, not trying to be Mr. Olympia, but what are some of the things that he needs to look at and he needs to, in order to prepare himself to find someone? It's not, and I understand what he's saying. It's not easy because you got so many people out there now saying that they're the ones, but how does he figure it out for him? And that's some of the things that he wants to know. What do you think?
Well, if you're close to Michael, go see Michael, then you're good to go. You don't have to go any further. Just go see Michael, and then you have all the answers to the test right there. But I think the most important thing, man, is that I would tell someone like that is like, look, competing is not just walking on stage. So first, I would say, look at the man in the mirror and go, hey, man, are you ready to sacrifice? Are you ready to put in all the time? Because I'm sure if they're talking about competitions, they've looked at what's going on.
Right.
But there's a lot of sacrifice behind it, right? And you got to say, there's some things that I used to do that I can't do. And it's just a matter of spring cleaning all of the bad stuff and then start to focus on what you really want to do to change. Because when you go on stage, it's subjective. You can feel as though you're at your best.
Mm-hmm.
And they make you feel like you're in last place. So exactly. if you can handle all of that internal judgment stuff on you, then you're ready to do the sport. Now, to answer your question in general, I would look into, if you're only looking at people within the gym source of the trainers that you see in the gym, I would observe some of the ones that seem to like understand the whole concept of lifting weights in a sense. And what I mean by that is that this is a trainer who is with their client one-on-one. They make that client feel like that they're the only person in the gym. They're not constantly on their phone making all these different decisions and looking around and talking to everybody while you're training. That'll be the first thing I would do by looking from afar, going, that guy's pretty focused. That girl is pretty focused with him and her clients. So I'm going to watch them for a minute. Then my approach would be that I'm interested in going on stage, and I like to know what's your background in competing. Have you ever competed or consider competing? Whatever the situation may be. I would honestly say that there are a lot of really cool, great professional trainers out there who've never competed, but they have the knowledge to get you ready to go on stage. So I'm not going to say that person has to be a competitor, but I'm going to say they got to have the knowledge. Then you want to know how many clients do they have in general that they've had on stage. Like, can you show me your resume or the people who you've had on stage and what they look like? And then once you see that him or her has been completely active with clients in training and that's their ultimate task, then I would say go there. Now, the don't to that, I would say I would never go to someone who has just have no clue meaning on how to answer your questions. If they go, well, I don't know, I don't care, I can train you because I know how to train. I've been training a lot of people.
Well, look at me, look at
me.
Yeah.
So that's a totally different mentality of training. And that's someone who's saying, I'm a cookie cutter diet. I'm a cookie cutter training because I look at me, this is how I do it. This is how I do it. And it doesn't work that way because you have to understand that your body is different and you may have to be trained a little bit different. So you may have some type of injuries that won't allow you to do certain things, and they need to be aware of all that stuff. So that would be my way of kind of digging into trying to figure out what type of trainer I would choose to be on my team, because that's going to make or break you. Someone who you're going to enjoy going to go see and train, not someone who think they got to make you leave the gym dying every day to say, oh, I really work you hard today, so you're going to be okay. That's not what it's all about at all.
And I totally agree, 110%. It's a couple of more things I'll add to that. Yeah. I would always, when you talk about, you're looking at personalities, you want somebody that you're going to mesh with. Also,
Yeah.
though, you don't want a yes sir coach all the time. Somebody
Right.
that's going to tell you that you're doing great all the time, because
Yeah.
you're not going to be doing great all the time. You have to
That's
have an
right.
honest, you have to have some honest, a person that's going to be honest with you and say, hey, you know what? You're not ready. Hey, something you didn't do this week, they're going to let you know, but they still got the personality to work you, to mold you. And,
Sure.
and that's what, to me, a good coach is going to do. There's a, like Robert said, there's a lot of people out there that have the knowledge, that haven't competed, but you need to understand that sometimes there's people, if you want to be natural and you want to, and this person, I've seen him, he sent me some pictures, and I've seen him. He can compete as natural. Probably in some local shows. At a national level, it's going to take, it's a whole different thing. But I think he can, if he really put his mind to it, got a good coach, a good meal plan and everything, posing and everything, he would do well, because you remember he's starting out at novice level and everything like that and going up.
Sure.
But you have to get somebody that's going to have that kind of knowledge to bring you to dial you in at the end also as well. So look at you look at their clientele that they have. Like Robert posts, he has pictures of people that competed, that he's shown. That's what you want to see. I have people that when I've trained them and competed, and how they look, how I've looked. You want to see that. You don't want to see, well, like Rob said, hey, I can train you. There's a lot of people in the gym that look good, but they don't know how to get ready for a competition. And that's the difference. You can look great in the gym and then step on stage, and that person totally looks totally different. And Rob knows what I'm talking about. They're like, hey, you'll say, man, that's that guy, that girl. Oh man, I want to, people are like, I want to look like that. How can I get like that? Then, hey, ask them, do they compete? Because, have they competed? And they'll tell you yes or no, or how they've done when they competed, or what they look like when they competed. So you can't judge a book by its cover, because sometimes there's people that have that knowledge. They may not look like the part all the time, but they know how to dial people in. There's some good coaches out there, and you can hit me up and recommend. I know Robert's a great coach. I'm not just saying that because you can see what he's done. I know I've coached. I pick and choose, though. I don't do a whole bunch of competitors, because I like to put my time in with them. We got, like, I know Philosopher, him. He has a great clientele, and the thing what I like about him, he works with his people. He's not just cookie cutter and everything. He has, you can see his resume, and there's some other people out there that have a resume that can do that. But if you really want to compete, like Rob says, man, it's going to take a lot of sacrifice. You're going to have to really dig deep, because once you start getting down to the nitty gritty, that's when it's going to test you. And you got to have a coach. You got to have a coach that's going to push you through that part. And that's the thing that you want to look at.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I agree with you, and we add those few things to that. But that's how to look at than a coach.
Yeah. It's, I would say just, it's interviewing. You just got to interview. And if you get the answers to the test that you think is right for you, then go for it. You don't, just because you start with someone doesn't mean you have to stay with them.
Exactly.
And you figure out real fast if that's a coach that's going to help you get better, or they just trying to beat you up to make you feel like they're doing something. So just be smart about it. Just be smart about it. Yeah, for sure.
And I agree with you, what you just said, that just because you start with somebody don't mean you have to finish with them, because sometimes that it may look like a great fit, and then as you're going, it's like, nah. And I see people all the time staying with the same coach, or they're jumping from coach to coach, coach. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Find that one person, stick with them. And then if that's not working out, then move on. But you're going to start gaining knowledge too. As you start training, you're going to start seeing, and you're going to start saying, hey, I know a little bit more now. So this coach is not for me, or this coach is for me. or
Right.
sometimes you may outgrow that coach.
It's
It's
true.
just sometimes, and people, I see that now too, where some coaches get mad because, okay, I've taken, I say like you, Robert, you got your IFBB pro card, but can your coach take you and help you win in the pros? Some coaches can't. So,
Yeah.
sometimes you got to elevate yourself and and if you're going to be a pro, sometimes you got to be with somebody that's at that level, that's training pro level people. And
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that, but some people
No.
get butthurt about that,
And it's so funny you talk about the pro card and all that pro stuff. Is this, people understand this? Just because you won a national show and you got a pro card doesn't mean you're a pro until you compete, right? So people will get a pro card and go, okay, that's my identity. I'm a pro card.
Mhm.
Okay. So you beat whomever came to the show at a national level. But are you going to compete as a pro to see if you can really be a pro? You know what I mean? So it's a lot of difference. I mean, you can get a degree and never use it. That doesn't mean that you're a doctor because you never used it, right? So
Right.
go and get someone who's been there, done that. Like I said, being redundant, that they don't mean that they have to compete, but I was just feeding on that pro stuff because a lot of people use that as their identification. Look, I turned pro. Yeah, there was 2 people in my class and I was the best.
Yeah.
So I turned pro.
That day, it could be like that.
Yeah, it'd be like that, right? And so that's the break of the game. It happens. But if you hadn't taken that physique to the pro stage where you're competing against the best, then you just kind of say, okay, I received the pro card, I just didn't utilize it. So I'm gonna be real soft about that, but that's how I say about that. I'm a little anal about people who always call themselves pros and they never competed. You didn't win competed, then you ain't a pro, man. You just got a pro card. So that's how I see it. But anyways, I'm gonna move on because I don't want to get any haters out there coming at me, clicking on this thing over here.
We're gonna get some.
But
We gonna, you know what? We're gonna start doing some controversial stuff sooner or later. We gonna touch some nerves sometimes. And the thing is, it's just about bringing it out and putting it out forthright.
Yeah,
because
it's not to start an argument; it's just start a debate.
Start a
just kind of say
that's all.
That's all it is.
How we here for.
Start a debate. Yeah, I'm all down for that. I like to see what people think when they not thinking. When they upset, they're not thinking. They just rolling. Okay, say whatever you got to say. Goodbye. Yeah, but yeah, man. I think it's all good. Is this guy understand the steroid effect, or is he natural? Where he's at with all that stuff?
No, he's totally natural, man. He hasn't. You can see his body, and he doesn't want to take anything. And I understand, like he said, he just wants to step on stage, and like I said, it mostly be like local shows. He's like, you can compete at that level at novice. They got what pre-novice now, novice.
Yeah,
they got all those different.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
He'll be okay, and I'll think I always tell everybody before, if you want to do it, take your body as far as you can, compete and see what you look like. If you got the genetics that are working, and hey, if you want to take it to that next level, that's on you.
Yeah, man. So, I agree with that. You have to make that decision once you get there. But other than that, just go as far as you can naturally. That's what I did. You go as far as you can, and then you kind of go, okay, if I'm going to really do this, I got to have the same track shoes that they're running on. I'm not gonna get brand new ones where I'm spending all this money, but I'm gonna get some track shoes so I can keep up a little bit. But yeah, I've always I had a guy, his name is Habib, and if you guys go onto my Fit to Play, you get a chance to see this guy on the app, and he's a natural athlete, never took nothing, and this guy has an unbelievable physique. No one believes that he's natural. And then he won the natural Mr. Olympia, right? And so it was kind of an honor for me to train someone like that and help him get really, really leaned out. But he's such an advanced person. His physique was already there. You just need to bring it out.
They just need somebody to help him bring it out.
Yeah. And so, so there are some people out there that's getting a lot of hate on him. People think, oh no, you're on something, you're lying, and they're really not. They're just like they got that genetic gift.
Genetics. Some people have that genetics. And the thing is, people don't realize too, when they see people, they say, oh, well, he doesn't look that big in person, but then he takes his clothes off and he gets under the lighting and everything, man. And like you say, you take him to that next level.
Yeah.
you
They're
know.
crazy. Looks crazy
Yeah.
good.
And I
Yeah,
seen it. I seen him. I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah. You know that with the guy who was standing
That's
with his arm
exciting,
like
man, to have
this.
somebody like
Yeah,
that for you,
yeah,
even
yeah,
put that out
man.
there.
It's
So if you
the
guys
kids
are
are awesome.
in the Sugarland area and you want to compete, there you go, right there.
Come see me, man. Just like I said, just I like just talking to you guys. I mean, if you call me up and just give me some ideas, I'm gonna give you all the ideas I know. It's even if it's on my app, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you what's going on. My goal is just make sure you have something out there that will allow you to grab it and have it all the time. Because of course, we're not gonna talk every day about it when it's on my app, but I will definitely give you fresh information without holding back, just so you can move forward. Because I mean, I believe in health. I had an opportunity to talk to some kids at TSU this week, and so that was kind of an honor, to be in such a prestigious area, and the kids there, and they're all eyes, all ears on me, and I'm telling them some of the things that I know I wished I was told when I was coming up at that age, because I grew up in a small town where there was no weights. There was no weights. You just trained and did your push-ups and did all the stupid stuff. And then you hopefully that you can go, keep moving forward. But now, these kids got all of this great equipment to actually do things. It's just unfortunate that they don't have enough coaching staff to actually allow them to really go in and do all of the right stuff, to just kind of doing
Right,
circuit training and getting out.
right.
And that the guys who are really serious about that, because they got school, I just think this training app will be something perfect for them, because
Mhm.
they can everybody's on their phone all the time anyway. So if you go to the gym, you might always be on it looking at the correct things to help you grow, and also utilizing the free information that I was telling them about, so they can kind of move forward.
And
For
that's the
sure.
main reason why we're here. I keep telling
Yeah.
we can't harp on it enough. We're here to give you our personal experiences we have. Put it out there because we want everybody to be healthy, man. That's our goal.
Yeah.
We want healthier you. No matter what age you are, what how old you are, but as you mature and get older, man, we want to make sure that you guys are working on those bodies, man, so you can be here longer. And that's the key for us. That's what we do, and
Yeah.
that's why we're here, man. Sometimes we're joking, we're laughing, having fun, but we're out. We want to see you guys at your best, and that's why we're here. So
That's right. That's
basically,
right.
with that,
That's
man,
right.
I don't have anything else, man. Why don't you let them know,
Yeah.
Rob, one more time where you at?
Right there, people. You see it. Fit Robert Johnson Training is where you should be, for sure. I am the legend Robert Johnson, and I'm right there on Instagram. Go ahead and holler at a brother. There's a lot of posting going on right now to kind of give you some insight on what's happening with the app, etc. So if you're unsure about it, go look at those postings and kind of grasp on that. If you just want to go look at some of the people I've trained in general, you can go to Robert Johnson Training, and everything about me is Robert Johnson Training. You're going to find me. So, and that's on another Instagram page that I have. So feel free to go check that out. My personal one is Robert Johnson on on Facebook, but I also have a business page now on Facebook. That's Robert Johnson Training also, but it's all right there, and it just kind of keeps you alive on the things that are going on right now. I really want to kind of blow this up, guys. If I can just be out there, where my whole legacy is that Robert was nice enough to give us a lot of stuff. He's also, the things he charged us for, he didn't charge a lot for it, and he gave the knowledge behind it. And so that's my ultimate legacy, is that I was there to help people out, and not just to kind of, be a big talker and don't do anything. So feel free to go from there. But Mike, you can go ahead and shout out and let them know where you at there in Cali.
Big Darkness on IG, Big Darkness 59. Also, I'm on IG at House of Darkness Fitness. And hey, like Rob said, man, I'm always, people ask questions or don't, I'm not that intimidating all the time. People can ask
Right.
me questions. You come up, and people do. They see me, and because
Yeah.
somewhere the other day, and this guy start talking to me, and we start talking about fitness, and he start talking about how he wanted to get fit. And we talked about it and gave him a program right then and there. So
Yeah.
it's a lot about being healthy, people. So that's how you hit us up. We're gonna try to be here a little bit more consistent. We're gonna try to get some guests on, and we're gonna get some controversial topics every now and then, just to have
Yeah.
that conversation.
Yeah. out there. So don't be a hater, be a lover. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.
Later.